Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Tom1, I'm a DJ and producer, and in this video I'm going to teach you guys how to quantize your MIDI in Logic Pro. Okay, so there's a couple ways that we can look at it. At the moment I've just got a bit of MIDI that I have played in just before starting this video. So that's it there. If we double click it, we can open up the piano roll. Okay. I'll just zoom out a little bit. So, you know, to be honest, like my playing is more or less on time. But if we wanted to really quantize this and get it really snapped to the grid, this is what we're going to do. We're going to highlight this whole thing. And then we're going to make sure here, over here, we've got time quantize. You've got loads of options. So you've got, you know, your typical 8th, 16th note, all that quarter note. You've got triplet versions. You've got swing at varying degrees. So A is a little bit of swing. F is really heavy swing. The same for 8th notes. But basically, the only ones I ever really use are 16th note and 16th note swing D. But basically, you have it on 16th note. I've clicked it and then you can see it's just snapped. If I go back, if I hit the Q button, it goes and you can see it all snapped to the grid. I can also highlight it and press Q on my keyboard, and away we go. The other way of doing it is if you're in the main view of the project. You know, you've got the inspector bit up here. I think, yeah, if you have hide inspector, like, you lose that. So if you go view, show inspector, it will show you obviously the channel strip here and the fader. It shows you the instrument and other bits and bobs. And then up here we've got quantize off, and we can click that and hit 16th note. And again, you can just sort of see it, that it all moves. If I go again, 16th note, boom. And that does it. That doing it here, we'll do it to the entire track, so across the whole thing. Whereas if you do it in the piano roll, you'll just do the quantize on the MIDI that you've selected. Yeah. So sometimes you might want some bits. Certainly, if you're doing sort of a piano house kind of thing, and you want that. You know, really quantized piano sound that's sort of right on the money, but then you might want like a bit later on where you've got a solo, and quantizing it's not going to sound right because you take away that human element. So you might want to then go, right, this bit's going to be quantized, so I'm going to go into here, highlight the whole thing, quantize, snap it to the grid, make sure it's there, and then the next bit is going to be a little bit freer. And that's it, basically. That's how you quantize something. You might want to sometimes just double check that things are in the right place, because sometimes when you quantize it might shift it in the wrong way, and you'll end up having some funky rhythms that you didn't quite intend. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and actually, if you have a look at this, you can see that actually this chord, because I arpeggiated it, we get this coming in early. So actually, that note we don't want, and this needs to actually be here. Yeah. So it's because it's quantizing it again to the nearest 16th note. Which is the one I suggest using. You can do 8th note, but if you do play 16th notes in your MIDI or on whatever part you're making, it will ruin that rhythm for you. It will push notes on top of each other, and all of a sudden everything will be an 8th note and no more. And that's basically how quantize works. The quantize, the amount, it's basically you're telling Logic, quantize what I've just played to the nearest 16th note, to the nearest 8th note, and so on. And that's basically how it works. So yeah, cool. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in another video.